Good day, gentlemen. Hope you're all doing well. We have just under 3 hours and the new abnormal skins will be appearing on the market. We have 7 today, quite a lot, lots to chase after. Now, if you don't know what an abnormal skin is, this video right here, Rust Economy 101, Abnormals and Rust Rotation, this video will talk about the routine for what usually happens over the course of a week with a new batch of Rust skins. And of course, with every new batch of Rust skins, we see some of them being abnormal. Abnormal Rust skins are skins that appear at an earlier time compared to the others. Why does this happen? Don't know, but we just know it happens, and it does happen. So, yeah, and I accidentally pressed play, so there you go. Right, anyway, here we are. We have this skin, this skin, this skin, this skin, this skin, this skin, and this skin. These are your abnormal skins for today. Shall we begin? We're starting off with the Abyss Garage Door. So, we, over the past, well, just over 2 months, yeah? So we're only into March at the moment, 8 days into March. Yeah, we've got, how many do we have now? 8. So we've had 9 Rust rotations this year. We've had 6 marketable garage doors and 2 Twitch drops, them being charity skins back in January. So we've had 8 garage door skins this year, and we've only just entered March. This isn't good. We are starting to see the same problems that we had last year with single armored doors, where we had far too many of them being accepted in such a short amount of time. They all bottlenecked each other, they all struggled, they all suffered, and they never really got anywhere in terms of being good investments. So, this is the exact same problem that we're seeing here. Far too many garage doors accepted in such a short amount of time. Down 26, down 47, down 23, down 11, down 28. This isn't good. They are all in the red. And now we have this new one here, which does look very cool. And I will point this all out. If you like the skin, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. That's cool. But we're looking at this with the financial perspective, and this is looking to be a problem. This has over 35,000 sales. More than this, this, and this. And all of these are struggling. Do you honestly think this won't struggle? Now, you might sit there and say, oh, but it's $3.49. Surely that would have warded off enough people to stop them from buying in excess. Surely this means it equals to actual demand. Well, let's not forget, we literally just had the minted gold garage door. That sold for $4.49. And that's still struggling. And that only had 15,000 sales. It's not looking good for this. But what I will point out to you is just this past weekend, Little Ranger actually went and made another Abyss skin. We have the Abyss Furnace. Do you reckon that has a decent chance of being accepted? I sure do. It looks cool. In fact, oh, look at that. Look at that. Yep. So if Abyss Collection does get more skins, will this perform a little better? I think it would. It would be nice to see, but with the amount of sales that it's had, and the likelihood that we're going to probably see another garage door skin being accepted fairly soon, because Facepunch seems to love them at the moment, I am still worried about that. I personally don't want to go too heavy into it in terms of buy orders. Like right now, the cheap buy order I did for the Lunar garage door, that's the Lunar New Year garage door that came out. The cheap buy order I have, I'm actually picking them up now. I'm picking them up at a cheap price, around $2. That was a $4 garage door. So this right here, you've got to also take into consideration, and this is where we bring up the Rust Play account. We are not seeing as many people play the game at the moment. Not as much as January. But that was expected, because around go away. Around January, less people were playing, more people were at home, they weren't in school, they weren't at work. It was around the Christmas period. And then after Christmas, people still felt attached to keep playing Rust. So it had good momentum. We had very high player peaks. But of course, now it's starting to go down. This past 4 swipes, so last week, there was a nice batch of people playing, but not as much as these two. So with less people playing equals less demand for the skins equals market downturn, skin prices going down. And when we hit May time, when we have that CSGO major tournament coming, we should also point out, with the big rumours of Source 2 coming to CSGO, loads of people are going to be focusing CSGO. So, this is some trouble for the Rust economy. People are going to focus other games rather than Rust. So keep that in mind. And the Rust economy, just around the corner, probably will start hitting a rock bottom. It might start going pretty bad. Like, we might be entering bad times fairly soon. So I hope you enjoyed the good times. I hope you sold your skins. I hope you made a decent amount of money. Because, yeah, it's starting to get bad. And this is where I have to take that into consideration with the likes of all of these abnormal skins today. So, by default, CSGO Major, with all the new sticker content, souvenir packages, viewer passes and whatnot, people will sell the Rust stuff to get money to put towards CSGO. It's usual. It happens a lot. Then you've got summer sale as well. So, yeah, by default, as we enter summer, skin prices with the Rust skin prices are likely to go down. As we hit around August time, they tend to pick up a bit. And then, of course, they go back down again for October until we start getting out of it in November, December. You get the idea. That's the usual routine. So this is normal. This plays out exactly the same way usually every single year. But that right there will be selling fairly cheap. I think I only want to do around $1.50 to maybe $2.20. Because even though it looks really cool, I know for sure there's going to be a lot of them appearing on the Steam market afterwards. Maybe it will hold up. Maybe people will be very happily invested into it. Maybe it will manage to stay up. Because last week, we did have the likes of the Stone Door, which sold a ridiculous amount, but there were people who kept buying out all of the ones on the Steam market to try and keep it up, try and make it seem more valuable than what it actually was. However, as each day has passed, how is it looking right now? Yep, it's gotten cheaper because more and more people were able to sell them. Therefore, there's now 260 of them on the market. However, $3.60. You might sit there and say, oh, it's still doing all right. Well, let's see how many more will appear over the course of the next few days. Let's see what it looks like after 2 weeks, because you can start seeing signs of people building up resistance, big walls of quantities appearing, and it's going to gradually go down and down and down. And then when we hit the bad times, do you honestly think it's still going to stay $3.60? Probably not. So, the garage door, I'm still sticking with $1.50 to about $2.20. I do think it will go low. And if we do see a whole lot more Abyss deplorable skins being made, and if they do get accepted, I do think it will be a nice positive for this. But what we only usually see is a spike in demand, spike in price, but it doesn't really hold up forever, and then it goes down. But if it happens during very good times, it usually holds up quite nicely. That's what happened with the likes of the Tempered Collection. So that's just my quick opinion there. $1.50 to $2.20. Now we've got Elite Crate hoodie and pants. This is a troubling thing, and remember what I kept saying, always compare it to the pre-existing core pieces being hoodie, pants, tier 2 armor, and tier 3 armor. We started this set off with the tier 3 armor, 16,000 sales each on average, I guess you could say. Then with these two hoodie and pants here, 27,000 sales and almost 27,000 here. That's 10,000 plus sales in comparison to the tier 3 armor. That's not good. That is a problem. There is a big problem. So here's what I'm saying. In theory, for all the maximum possible complete collections for the core pieces, you can only have up to about 16,000. That means you've got an excess amount of 10,000 for each of these two, and that is a problem. What I'm saying is whilst this is a nice green armor to have and use, out of the full set, right now, the thing that's looking to be the most valuable pieces is going to be the tier 3 armor. There's a lot less of them. Now, let's say, theoretically, tier 2 was submitted and accepted. If it had the same amount of sales as the clothing, then these two definitely 100% will be the most valuable pieces. These will flourish very nicely because there's a lot less of them in comparison to this. But if the kilt sold as much as these two, then these are going to struggle a whole lot more. And that's exactly what happened with the likes of Skull Killer Collection, where the hoodie and the pants had a whole lot more sales in comparison to the tier 3 and the kilt. And, well, all you got to do is go over to here, Skull Killer, and then go by quantity. And this is the potential future that could happen to the likes of Elite Crate. Get a good idea of the fact that there's like 250 of these hoodie and pants here, and then you go down to tier 3, 90 here, 121 here. There's a lot less of them on the Steam market. They have better prices in comparison to these two. And during the good times, these only went up to about $1.50, these two, but the tier 3 and the tier 3 armor went up to about $4 or $5. Very nice. So yeah, keep that in mind. Understand how this has happened more than once. You know, this is a regular thing, but at the moment, with these being $1.49, and we don't know 100% if the tier 2 armor will be submitted again. Odyssey would have to make a version 2 because he actually made Elite Crate tier 2 around Boxing Day, so late December. We waited weeks and weeks and weeks. It was never accepted. He then made the clothing. That got accepted like fairly quickly. So we have to wait. And investor impatience is something that happens. People will buy these skins, and then they'll get tired of waiting for the tier 2 to appear, and then they'll start selling them. And then loads of people start selling them. And then we have lots of them on the Steam market, and then we have problems because the price eventually gets devalued and goes down. So I look at these, and I think you can do $1. You could probably go up to maybe $1.20 if you really want to push it a little bit more. Now, by default, because they're green clothing, I think it's going to hold up nicely as time goes on. So in the long term, let's think in the long term. In the long term, green clothing tends to do quite all right. Not if it's the likes of Frog Cosplay, because that's too bright, but something that's fairly affordable, that's going to help you out in the grassy green environments, foresty areas and whatnot. Well, as you can see, we've got the likes of the... Oh, where is it? Bombshell hoodie, $4. Then you've got the Forest Raiders hoodie, $8.50. And then you've got the Elite Forest Camo hoodie, $9. So yeah, the options that we have available are more expensive. So by default, perhaps the likes of our Elite Crate hoodie might have a pretty nice future. It just won't be super great, let's put it that way, because there's been quite an excessive amount bought. Will we see Tier 2 appear in the future? Probably. There's no guarantees, but you have to cross your fingers and hope. You know what? We could go over to the workshop page, look at the comments, and see if people are asking Mr. Odyssey, hey, are you going to make Tier 2 armor again, version 2? But at the moment, version 2... Yeah, a lot of people are asking why is the colour not really matching up with the armor. That's been the main course of... that's what the people seem to be mainly focused about. So, yeah, maybe we will see Tier 2 version 2 at some point in the future. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we have to hold out for that. But with these, $1 to $1.20. If you want to play it extra safe, maybe go down to 80 cents. So let's say 80 cents to $1.20. And we really do have to hope that we do see Tier 2 appear at some point. But in the long term, I think these will slowly flourish. It could be nice, but it's not going to be super great in the immediate, near future, short term, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yep. Let's move on to the Lunar AK. Now, we've had far too many AK-47 skins this year. 9 Rust rotations in 2023, and how many AK-47s have we had accepted? Yeah, we've had 7. 7 marketable AKs. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see more. On average, we tend to see an AK-47 being accepted 1 every 2 weeks. Well, we're beating that, aren't we? We're already beating that. I wouldn't be surprised if we beat last year's count of 27 AK-47 skins being accepted for a whole year. At the moment, we're easily breezing past that potential record. But let's focus the Lunar AR. So I know Y9J is actually trying to turn this into a weapon collection. We recently did see the inclusion, or rather the submission, of the Lunar Thompson. Looking very nice. And you might sit there and say, oh, will that help it out? Will that make people want to buy the AK more? No. I've seen a lot of weapon-only sets, and let me tell you, it's usually the Thompson by itself in the positive. I guess you could probably take a look at the likes of Toxic Wolf in a second. We'll see how that Toxic Wolf Thompson's looking in comparison to all the other weapons. You'll get the good idea there in a minute. But yeah, with this, I don't think it's going to hold up very well. It's going to follow the unfortunate routine where, I just showed you all of it. How are all of those other AK-47s performing? All the AKs that came out in 2023, how are they currently performing? Let me take a deep breath. Down 48, down 58, down 7, down 48, down 51, down 46. Yep. How about all the skins that came out in 2022? That one's still getting manipulated. So none of them are in the positive, except one that's getting manipulated because it had very low sales. So yeah, not looking bright, unfortunately. That's looking to be a 70 cent to 90 cent buy order, the usual routine, because we can then turn it into metal if it gets real bad. I'm very sorry, Mr. 19J, but that's just AK skins in general. That's their unfortunate future. Right, now we have the Scimitar Sword. First of all, let me just sit there and say, very cool design, looks really nice. However, all of the most recent salvage sword skins that have been accepted have had a pretty interesting design. Katana, Chris, Prototype Saw. They had interesting cool designs. Down 39, down 48, down 44. You might like to use salvage swords to whack barrels and whatnot, but overall, it just seems like they don't get used that much. And overall, it doesn't look like they hold up their value. So if you're looking at this as a potential good investment, I will sit here and say I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it ends up getting around close to $1, based on what I've seen here. You might sit there and say, but the scimitar sword looks so much cooler. Role players will love it, probably, but just not super confident with it. So again, 70 cents to 90 cents. Not too hard to just kind of explain all that, was it? Right. Toxic Wolf M249. First of all, how well do M249 skins do? Well, overall, we got 15 of them, and only 5 of them are in the positive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they... Oh, Black Gold M249 actually started to rise back up. But most of them are from quite some time back. 2019, 2019, 2019, 2021. Very colourful Rainbow Pony. So that gets a little bit of a boost there. Everybody loves Rainbow Pony. Then we did have the Black Gold M249. It's all gold, so I guess we can give it that. But when we look at the likes of most of the other ones, down 59, down 5, down 18, down 32, down 51, down 65, yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So we have this one right here. $2.49. Will it hold up its price? I'm going to sit there and say I don't think so. I don't have a lot of faith in M249 skins. It's all about gun demand. Gun demand being how likely are you going to actually use the gun in-game? Well, with the likes of an M249, not a lot of you are going to actually get the chance to pick it up and use it. And therefore, if you don't use it that much, is there really that much justification to buy a skin? Like, probably not. So therefore, lower gun demand, lower demand to use the skins equals lower skin prices. By default, maybe the people who like to use the M249, well, who do know they're going to use it a lot, they probably already picked out their skins. It's probably the Rainbow Pony, or the gold one, Black Gold. So yeah, I don't think it has a great future, unfortunately. On average, how cheap can they get? Lowest price? Well, that's $1. That's just barely over $1. That's just barely over $1. Then this is $150, $160, $160. That's in dollars, by the way, dollars currency. So by default, it might get as low as maybe around $1.30. So I reckon you could probably do maybe 80 cents to maybe $1.10, $1.20. I think that'll work out best for this. We shall see. The amount of sales it had, I don't think it's that ridiculous. So as we go over to here, yeah, it's like in the middle. So it's not a ridiculous amount that were bought. So yeah, 80 cents to maybe $1.10, $1.20. That's my answer there. Now, I just wanted to show you, yeah, there is a Toxic Wolf collection. And I'll be honest with you, unless we see the likes of clothing and armor being accepted, there are no other Toxic Wolf skins that could really give that much of a boost. So, yeah. Now, also, remember what I said, Thompsons. But Thompsons get used a lot in game. High gun demand, high demand to use skins, higher skin prices. Simple. AKs, ooh, $1.15. Ooh. Right then, pizza. Pizza had a bit of a blessing because these 3 skins took up most of the attention this week. Pizza, last week, was in that very same position. What do you mean, Hedge? Well, these 3 skins took up most of the attention last week, meaning these didn't sell that much. And when we saw another pizza skin being accepted, what happened? Instantly went up in price. Instantly in the positive. Very nice. What I want to kind of get across is pizza's been low-key, very successful this year. Loads of skins accepted. And do you honestly think it's going to stop now? Do you honestly think we're not going to see any more pizza stuff being accepted from here? Really? Come on. Surely there's got to be more. I mean, we do have the recall target. But honestly, there's so much more room for wacky skins to potentially be accepted. We could still see the likes of other armor. We could still see the likes of other clothing. Maybe some pizza weapons. I did tell you, Jimmick. Get like a big pizza baguette longsword. We don't see longsword skins anymore. I'm just saying. So, yeah, there's still some more room for wacky pizza ideas. And face punch. Clearly, with the amount of acceptances that we've had, I truly believe we're looking to be in a good position to see more in a potential future. So, with these not selling so much in comparison to all of that, 13,000 sales each, that's fairly tame. Like, compared to what we've seen recently, these past few weeks, that's fairly tame. I think that's potentially in a very good position. Do you know what I've also just realised? That's not abnormal. Oh, Hedge. You know what? Doesn't matter. We'll just go through all the skins. It can't hurt. So for tomorrow, with this, I will sit here and say I might go all the way up to maybe 85 cents, maybe 90. I'm fairly confident with it. It's silly, it's goofy, but it's nice to have a few silly, goofy skins. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do see some more in the future. So I might actually chase after it. I'm fairly confident. I'm looking at it with positivity. Like, I think we're just going to randomly see some more pizza stuff appearing every now and then, and I'm fine with that. And Facepunch seems to be fine with it. So good stuff there so far, Mr. Jimmick. Let's now talk about the Twig Large Box. So, Twig Large Box, how you doing? 10,000 sales barely. Oh dear, yeah. Twig Collection's in a very weird position. So, of course, SMM cannot show the Twig door of this because it's in the Resources door collection. So, yeah. Twig door sold like 35,000 sales. That's awkward. Then the Twig Box only sold 12,000, and we thought, oh, maybe that'll work out well in the future if we see some more Twig skins being made. Well, that happened and it didn't even budge. So that had 12,000 sales, down 40%. This is very likely going to probably match up to that. And that went down to 40%. Will this go down 40% as well? Probably. So not super optimistic about this. Now this is abnormal. Just to point out, that wasn't abnormal, but this is. So this will be appearing later. This skin right here, I think I'm only going to do 80 cents to $1.10. Maybe just stick with $1. I don't think this is going to be doing super great. Maybe we will see some more Twig skins being made, but I just don't think it's going to do well. Just remember, bad times are still expected to appear. This could potentially go down even further. Much like the small box, that could even go down further. So maybe 80 cents to $1.10 is going to be the better option. Maybe. I do predict bad things eventually happening, so that's my price there. And then we got the JPEG wooden door. Guys, honestly, I'm just not super keen with wooden doors as a investment. Last year we saw quite a lot of them being submitted and accepted, and we'll go take a look at all of them. The 2022 wooden door skins that were submitted and accepted last year, 2 of them are in the positive. I think that's getting pumped 400%. That seems a bit too weird. That's looking like it's getting pumped. In fact, if we just go check it real quickly, I can confirm that it does seem a little bit strange. It seems to have progressed quite nicely, but it does seem quite odd. So, it's only got 12 of them on the Steam market. I don't fully know, so that one's a bit weird. But all of the other ones here, in the negative. Down 60, down 38, down 40, down 57, down 59, down 38. You get the idea. Oh, look at these ones. Down 25, down 35. This one here. Yeah, I don't think it's going to hold up its value. Guys, honestly, I think I'm going to just stick with 70 cents to 90 cents. That's what I'm going to consider. So 70 cents to 90 cents for that JPEG wooden door will be my answer. And that's, of course, appearing tomorrow. So I hope you got all of that in your heads, all the prices that I suggested, because, of course, later on we do have the abnormals to do. I talked for about 20 minutes there. Oh, I hope that's quick enough. Chat, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? Someone was asking, like, CSGO stuff earlier. I was like, why are you asking now? I'm talking about Rust. Yeah. So, yep, doesn't look like anything's being asked at the moment. So, gentlemen, we're going to skip ahead in this video. So, remember, there's chapters. So, the abnormals are about to appear. Midnight in the UK. Midnight in the UK. Here we go. Right, I've got my links nice and prepared, and it's going to appear any second now, and now I can do my buy order. Wha-bam. Simple as that. As simple as that. And then we've got the pants. And then we got this. Yep, it's just this. It's routine. It's every week. Right, so this is going to be, I should be changing that to 0.92, yep. And I should do 66. And for this, wait, what price did I do for the garage door? Oh wow, I didn't go that high. Okay, I'll go 1.564. Yeah, 1.66 actually. We'll do that. 1.666. Yeah. Okay. 55. Yep. I went $1 for the first buy order. Oof. Oh well. And this one I'm going to go for 8.3. Yeah, go for around $1. Not super keen for it, but we'll see. Yeah, $1. And then this. Nope. Over back to here. 0.86. No. 76, 40, and then this is going to be 0.72, 40. Back over to here. Bosh. 0.85, 40. And then 0.8340. Yep, I believe that's all the skins. I think we did it. Yes, we did. Right, so I'll get this all organized and we'll skip. Right, people, so it's been about 7 minutes. Let's go take a look at the abnormal buy order support. Elite Crate hoodie, over 2,000 requests to buy. Buy orders going all the way up to $1.30. This is kind of reminding me of comics. Now, comics had a very big fat support for all of its skins immediately. So, is it someone immediately just trying to enforce and make sure it never goes down in price? Remember, we really do have to cross our fingers and hope that Elite Crate Tier 2 is made within a reasonable amount of time and is potentially accepted. There are people who will buy this skin, get impatient, and start throwing it onto the Steam market. So be prepared for something like that. But if we do see a very strong, decent amount of buy orders, it could keep the price up. It could keep things looking good for a while, is the answer I'd give. So, basically, with what I see at the moment, remember, this is a $1.49 skin, the hoodie and the pants. It's got these big fat 250 buy orders. That's okay, but is it going to last? If the price starts coming down, and remember, don't forget, 27,000 sales each, and there is a 10,000 excess amount compared to the tier 3, will we start seeing it potentially flooding on the Steam market? I don't know. Will these hold if it starts flooding? I don't think so. Yes, you might sit there and say, oh, but it'll be all right in the long term. Probably, yeah. I mean, this guy's thinking it'll be all right in the long term. Nothing will go wrong. It'll be fine. And you know what? You can be the same. So right now, I'm going to sit here and say, based on the unfortunate bad things with the Elite Crate, I'm not super keen in jumping in and buying some. That's my personal thoughts. I've got a decent buy order down, and I know for a fact, right, as time goes on, and this has happened with Forest Raiders as well, I eventually will be picking them up for a very, very cheap, no, I don't want to say cheap, reasonable price that I put down. Whether it was $1 or a bit more, it worked out fine for me in the end. And then, of course, as time went on, Forest Raiders just became more and more valuable. So with this, it's a nice budget, cheap alternative option. You can buy these for $1.49 right now in the Rust store. However, I would probably sit here and suggest, why not just put down a $1.40 buy order and buy them 9 cents cheaper? And you might sit there and say, is it guaranteed that I pick them up? I will sit here and say that you have a very decent chance that you'll probably go through your whole buy order if you put down $1.40. As time goes on, eventually, yes, you would go through all of it. So if you want to actually go ahead and buy them, but you don't want to buy more to increase more quantity overall in circulation, just put down a $1.40 buy order. Buy them for 9 cents cheaper. And I assure you, I really do think you will be buying a very reasonable amount, if not maybe all of the quantity that you request. Because I do feel, over the course of the next few weeks, I don't think Odyssey will be making Elite Crate Tier 2 version 2 that quickly, and I think that we will see signs of investor impatience, where people will constantly be like, there's no new pieces. It doesn't look good. I'm going to sell mine now. Because, you know, some people get a bit antsy and then sunk cost fallacy kind of gets to their head and they think, oh no, I haven't seen anything good for the past 2 weeks. I've got to sell now. So silly things like that. So yeah. And of course, we have the Elite Crate pants. This is over 2,000 requests to buy as well. Pretty much the exact same build-up. You've got your 200, 400 here, like on the previous skin. Then you've got 250 there and a 250 there. So will they actually hold up? We shall see. But if you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, are you going to go ahead and buy any of these? Right now, I'm just going to sit there and say, I'm happy with my buy orders. I feel like as time goes on, I'll be buying them for a very reasonable price, and I'll be very happy that I bought them for that price, because if it does go through bad times, my prices are reasonable. I will be successful then in actually buying them. But as time goes on, in the long term, will Elite Crate be alright? I think it will. 27,000 isn't a ridiculous amount, it's just ridiculous in comparison to the tier 3 armour. Eventually, they all might just go up in price regardless, but I'm just going to sit here and reiterate my point. The tier 3 armour is most likely going to be the most valuable piece out of all of Elite Crate. Take Forest Raiders, for example. So Forest Raiders, all of those skins had 30,000 sales, and now they're ridiculously high in price. So yeah, it might be low for a while, but eventually it will go up in price nicely. So yeah. Abyss Garage Door, over 2,000 requests to buy as well. This is a $3.49 skin, and the buy orders are only going up to $2.20, it seems, around $2.20. So the bulk of the buy orders are loads of fat buy orders here, just over $1. Then you've got a bit spaced out, climbs all the way up to $1.50 very nicely, climbs into $2 very nicely, but then it stops. There are no buy orders going up to $3. There are no buy orders going up to $3.49. This is trouble. This is worrying. This does not look like it's going to hold up its value. 35,000 plus sales. You will be seeing a lot of them. You will be seeing a lot of them appearing on the Steam market eventually. Very cool looking skin. I will give it that. But there's so many that have been bought, and there's very likely chances that we're going to be seeing another Garage Door being accepted in March. Wouldn't be surprised. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe. But yeah, I'm not super keen with Garage Doors at the moment. We've had far too many appear in 2023, and it's only been 2 months and a bit. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to hold up its price. Doesn't look like it's a good thing to buy tomorrow. Now, Scimitar Sword. Yeah, buy orders only went up to about $1. So yeah, like this is inevitable for it, unfortunately. Maybe things will pick up and things will turn out very nicely. Could do. There's no guarantees, but it's a cool looking design. I just don't think people care enough about using a salvage sword that much. I just don't think people care enough about wanting to get the skin that much, you know. Demand clearly dictates the price of the skin, so yeah. Not surprised by these prices, and not surprised it's not super crazy in terms of requests to buy. So we'll move on to the Toxic Wolf M249. Very similar, unfortunately. Not even breaking 1,000 requests. Bulk of the buy orders around 80 cents here, all the way up to 90 cents. So the vast majority of the buy orders below 90 cents. Then you've got a reasonable amount here, around $1. So yeah, that was kind of expected. Then we got the AK again, $2.49 AK. Buy orders don't even go above that $1 that much. Vast majority of them are below $1. So unfortunately, that is its fate. That's for every AK-47, unfortunately. So yeah, we have far too many of them in terms of skins. So yeah. Then we have the Twig Large Box. Has a few more buy orders, which is kind of nice to see. Will we see more Twig deplorable skins being made? Probably. I still hope we see a furnace. But yeah, Freddy Krueger, if you do keep making more Twig skins, these deplorables probably will be doing a lot better in the future. But as of now, I just don't think it's going to hold up very nicely. Very much like it will very likely potentially end up in the same way like the small box where it's down by 40%. Down 40%. So this doesn't look like a thing I would want to buy tomorrow either. So unfortunately, all of these skins don't really have the support to hold up their value, and it doesn't look like any of them are good things to actually go ahead and buy. Like, yeah, I'm not super keen on that. Now, the only thing that seems to kind of have my interest would be, oh look, there's all of us doing our comparisons with the buy order IDs, but the only thing that's really got my interest mainly is maybe the pizza tier 3. Hasn't sold that much, as I said. It's been very successful these past few months. Would there be more? Wouldn't be surprised if there's more. Have we checked the workshop to see if there's going to be more? Have we checked? Has anyone asked? Pizza hoodie and pants when? Coming soon. Ooh. Right, what about here? Oh, no. Yeah, okay, those are the early comments. All right. So they want to do it. Will they be successful? We'll find out. And as you can see, SUMM, I've reloaded it. And yeah, we can see the prices now appearing. But don't forget, these have only just become marketable. These prices aren't like 100% concrete. You've got to wait at least a week or two, and then we'll look at the prices, and then we'll get a good idea of what the actual demand is for them. So, yeah, Little Bacon. Oh, okay, then. UFO just had a big buyout. Oh, interesting. Let's go take a look at that. Oh, Tribal Revolver, now all the way up to $160. Yep. The manipulations are out and here and in the open. Let's get a quick look at that. Wow. So Dead Souls, $12. And that was a fairly recent skin. That's actually something I should talk about. And then we've got Tribal Revolver, which didn't load up for some reason. Let's just refresh you. Come on. Come on, come on, there we go. Right, so this is being mega manipulated. This is not worth $168. These buy orders that you see to the side here, they're all people that are also involved in the manipulation. I literally made a short video talking about this. It was only recently bought out. Look at all of that. Is it actually worth the price that it's currently listed at? No, it is not. So don't fall for this. Do not buy it. It's not actually worth that price. And same thing for this. And that's something we will talk about right now. Because recently, the trend of the lowest selling skin of the week is very vulnerable to manipulation. It literally happened immediately to the Wasteland Sap. This was the lowest selling skin last week. It didn't have any demand. Yet right now it's selling for... Oh. Right now it's selling for $11. I wonder if that's legit. No. So if you can remember, we did our buy orders. It only went up to $1.30. These are legit buy orders. Maybe a few of them all the way up to $2 were legit. But then all of these, all on the top here, what basically happened was someone noticed that they were vulnerable. They bought out all the stock on the Steam market. And then the only listings that are currently there are the ones that are $11. This is a group of people trying to manipulate the price, and they've succeeded, and they are going to end up tricking a third party or a gambling website, and they're going to trade them onto them, cash out with actual valuable skins, and then when they stop supporting this Wasteland Sap, it'll go all the way down. So yeah, this was the lowest selling skin last week, and it immediately got attacked. Immediately. So if you're going to look at this week, would you consider buying into JPEG Wooden Door? It's only got 9,000 sales. How many sales did the Wasteland Sap have? 5,000 sales. So I don't think that JPEG Wooden Door is going to be something like the Sap, but it's definitely something that we had to keep an eye out for from now on. Yeah, someone just bought out 100 UFO masks. Really? I guess I'll give that a quick look. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, they are doing very nicely, aren't they? So you're telling me someone just bought out 100 of these. I do not think it's going to show up. It showed up. Oh, wow. Okay, can you see that? Can you see that? 103 got bought out. Now, the real question is can we see them? Can we see them? Oh, no, it was last week. Here we go. So we can go on SUMM. Can we see an account? Oh, it's Comish. No, it's probably this person. Comish, I think, probably just bought 100 of them just because he could. Or was he the person that bought them out? Comish, where are you? We know Comish. We know Comish. So, yeah, some things like this can happen. And yeah, we shall see. So, yep, that's just Rust. So tomorrow, we've already given you the prices. I'm probably going up to 85 cents on the pizza stuff, and with the wooden door, 70 cents to 90 cents maybe. That's my answer. So yeah, that's all we need to do. He bought them from the Rust store. Okay, all right, yeah. So we know Comish. So the anonymous 100 quantity guy is probably the person that bought them out. So yeah, okay, all good. Right, so let's see what happens tomorrow. Will we see every single skin that's accepted tomorrow being skins from that German guy's list, top picks list? Or will we potentially see the likes of Comics Tier 3 appearing tomorrow? Tempered double sheet metal door. In the past month, pretty much every single skin has been a typical pick. Will we see late picks? Will we see early picks? I don't know, but we'll wait and see. So, yep, tomorrow's going to be a bit of a mystery. Let's find out. Thank you for watching. And yeah, have a good one.